It started subtly, like most things do, with a twitch of my finger, a phantom itch just below the knuckle. I flicked my wrist and cursed under my breath. What the hell was that? I thought. It was just a dead skin, probably. But when I looked down at my hand, it was bare except for a single silver ring, and I didn't remember putting it there. I shrugged and tried to forget about it. I was on assignment in Prague covering the unveiling of a new exhibit at the National Museum. The exhibit was a 16th century samurai sword called the Executioner, which had been donated anonymously. Apparently, the blade had a reputation. People would come from all over to see it because it was said to be haunted by the spirit of its former owner. I thought it was a load of old bollocks, but then again, I don't usually believe in that sort of thing. That was until I held the bloody thing. As soon as I took the Executioner in my hands, I felt its weight, not just in my arms, but in my very bones. And when I looked down at my hand, the ring was gone. In its place was a brand new tattoo, an intricate design of twisting metal and bone that seemed to writhe beneath my skin like some kind of living metal. I tried to call my editor, but when I looked down at the phone in my hand, I saw that it too had changed. The screen was blank and unreadable, and when I tried to make a call, all that came out was a strangled cry. "Oh my God," I whispered, backing away from the case displaying the sword. I tried to scream, but no sound would come out. I tried to run, but my legs felt rooted to the spot. The last thing I remembered was the cold, hard edge of the sword pressing against my throat, and then everything went black. When I woke up, I was lying on the floor of the museum, the sword nowhere to be seen. Groaning, I sat up and looked around. The first rays of sunlight were just beginning to touch the spires of Prague Castle in the distance. I checked my phone. I had 12 missed calls from my editor and one from an unknown number. My hand trembled as I brought the phone to my ear and I could hear the pounding of my own heart in my chest. "Hello," I said, my voice a hoarse whisper. "I've been looking for you," said a woman's voice. "Where are you?" "I'm at the museum," I croaked. "What happened? Why does my hand feel like this?" I asked, staring at my tattoo. "You shouldn't have taken that ring off, love," she said. "Now you belong to the Executioner." "What?" "You heard me, pet," she said. "And now he'll never let you go." With that, she hung up and I was left staring at the phone in my hand. The tattoo throbbed and pulsed like a living thing. I could feel the power of the sword coursing through my veins, making me weak and sick. Then I started to hear his voice, a raspy, guttural sound like gravel grinding on bone. He was inside my head and he was angry. I stumbled back, knocking over a chair. As I struggled to stand, I caught my reflection in the glass window behind me. My face was pale, my eyes wide with terror. But it wasn't my face that had changed, it was the sword. The sword was now a part of me. Its ornate hilt jutted out from beneath my jacket like the spine of some monstrous creature. The twisted metal blade was now my right arm, ending just below the elbow. The fingers on my left hand twitched as if trying to grab hold of something. And then the worst thing happened. The sword spoke. "So, you're the new meat sack," it rasped. Pathetic. How predictable. So much for a warrior's soul. "Who are you?" I screamed, my voice echoing through the empty museum. "I am the Executioner," it hissed. "And now you shall be my vessel." It was then I realized what had happened. The sword hadn't just bonded with me, it had possessed me, and now I was nothing more than a puppet, a mere shell animated by its evil spirit. I tried to fight it, to resist its control, but it was no use. I was its prisoner now, doomed to wander the earth for eternity as its servant. The sun rose higher in the sky, and the streets of Prague began to fill with life. But I saw none of it. All I felt was the cold, hard edge of the Executioner's will pressing against my mind, forcing me forward, deeper into the city, deeper into its lair.